Okay, so we were I have asked you to draw the FBD, right?
Yes, sir.
This is the block is kept over the
Yeah.
weighing machine,
On the weight machine.
and weighing machine is kept over the surface.
Yeah.
Now the point is, how do that weighing machine measures the weight, right? And this can be understood if we draw the FBD of every system. So the FBD of the block is already known. It's the normal
Normal.
because of the weighing machine, and this is the weight mg because of the earth attraction. On weighing machine, what are the forces?
The weight of the
Hmm?
weight of the person standing on
The weight
or
of the
the block.
person.
The weight of the block.
Weight of the block. See the FBD, how the weight is generated. I have already given the weight is because of the earth, then how could you say that weight will be acted upon the weighing machine?
Then the
Hmm?
then it is the normal force.
Normal force because of what? What is the direction of normal force?
Upward.
Upward. And why that normal force means because of where because of, means how that normal force gets generated means what's the reason?
Sir, I did not.
Huh?
I did not get you.
How the normal force gets generated on that weighing machine? Hmm? How this normal force gets generated, the normal force on the block, how this gets generated?
Because the block is touching the weighing machine, and there is a force acting opposite to the weight of the body, which is known as the normal.
There is a force acting there is a force acting what you said?
Yeah, the weight is the force only, no, sir.
So what? Go to the basics, right? Go to the basics, how I draw the ABD. We are on the completion of this chapter and you are not still not understood or still not remember the how to draw the ABD, huh? How the force gets generated. This is the block. Block is in contact with the. There is
Yeah,
no relation between the weight and the normal. Normal acts only when it is in contact. Whether the weight is there or weight
yeah.
is not there, it doesn't matter.
Okay.
Grab the concept, right? Grab the concept. I have stated it how the normal acts. I have stated the statement that whenever the two things are in contact, the normal is there. Just
Contact
you
the
have to
normal
remember
force.
that statement. Nothing more than that. Don't apply your mind, right? Just there is a contact, so there will be normal. Just that's it. There will be a normal force because of the basic contact between the weighing machine and the block. So I have written the subscript W. Now since there is a earth surface, earth will be attracting this block as well. So because of that attraction, there is a weight, and as a result of that, the earth is also being attracted by the block by the same amount of force. Every action has an equal and opposite reaction.
Yeah.
So if earth is attracting the block, block will also attract the earth by the same amount. So this is not the weight because of which the normal is generated. This is all because that it is in contact. The contact happens, there is an intermolecular repulsion between the atoms, and hence the normal gets generated. That's it. Remember just the statement. Now since this normal is generated because of the weighing machine in contact, so there will be a reaction of this normal, and this will be on the weighing machine. And W, and there is also the normal force on this legs of the weighing machine because of the earth contact. So NE, and on the earth surface there is a contact NE. Clear?
Yes, sir.
Okay, so I'm neglecting these things. I'm neglecting these one because this is not required. These are not required. So see here, whenever you push the weighing machine down, whenever you push with your finger, if you can do it yourself, if you have a weighing machine in your home, whenever you push it, it will show a deflection in dial, right? It will show that. So it's all because of this normal. This normal is pushing the weighing machine down. As a result of it, it will show the deflection in that dial. Clear now?
This is only applicable to the weighing machine which has a dial.
It is applicable to all. Okay.
Then what about the digital weighing machine?
Digital also works on the same thing, yeah. Digital will also show the unit, how much force you are pushing it. That will show it in the terms of digit.
Yeah.
And if it has a dial, then it will show a deflection. That's it.
Okay.
So it is the normal force because of which the weighing machine is showing the reading, right? It is not because of the weight. Weight has no role over this deflection, right?
Yes, sir.
Okay. So now if you apply the second law, then from here you will get that NW is equal to mg, and hence the deflection in weighing machine is equal to mg. Clear? From the second law.
Yes.
On block. Clear now?
Yes, sir.
Now if we place the same weighing machine in a lift, I have placed the weighing machine in a lift. The lift is accelerating down the amount of A. Right. There is an observer sitting inside this weighing machine. and he observed the reading of the weighing machine. Right. Now try to draw the FBD of the block and FBD of this weighing machine, and try to write the equation observing from the ground. There is an observer A on the ground. There is observer B inside the lift. Okay. So if the lift is coming down by the acceleration A, the block is also coming down with the acceleration A, right?
Yes, sir.
So now draw the FBD and write the equation, and tell me the how much will be that deflection in this weighing machine. You got this.
Sir, writing. Sir, is it n is equal to m of g plus a?
Yeah, n is equal to m of g plus a. So what you have to do is just the force which are along the direction of acceleration will be considered as positive,
Yeah.
right?
So
So
this
this will
is
be mg minus
mg minus
normal is equal to
mg
ma.
equal to ma.
So this imply normal is equal to mg plus ma.
Mg.
So here you can see that normal is not always equal to mg, right? Here it's
Yes.
mg plus the acceleration, right? Now, with respect to observer B, tell me the equation, how should be it appears? Observer B is inside the lift, okay? You have holidays on the Diwali, no?
Sir?
You have holidays on Diwali.
Yes,
One day
sir.
only.
No, we have from Monday to Thursday.
Monday, coming Monday.
Yeah.
Okay, if we can do the extra classes in the morning, then can you tell me, okay?
Yes, sir.
In morning, not evening.
Yes, sir.
5 hours are unused in your account.
Yes, sir.
So if we can do it, we can complete the friction and circular motion. So with respect to observer B, how it appears? Observer B, the block M is at rest, right?
Yeah, yeah.
So there will be a normal force and there is a mg force.
M.
So with respect to him, it will appear that normal
N
minus
is equal
mg
to
is equal to 0. So this implies
oh, n is equal to mg.
n is equal to mg. Okay. Same object is showing me the same object. For the same object, the deflection is showing me the two different deflection, right? For the first deflection,
Yes.
it is mg plus ma. Sorry, for the first, from the first equation, that is with the respect of observer A, and for with the respect of observer B, it is mg, right? Which one is wrong? With the observer A is wrong, or observer B is wrong?
Observer B,
Why?
because he like because the observer B is also moving with the block, the mass m. So he feels that it is at the rest, but actually it is moving
It is
because it is
moving.
accelerating
So what we do,
and there is
what we
motion.
do to get the exact answer in the for the observer B? What we do? We apply the pseudo force, right? Pseudo force is always in the opposite direction of the acceleration. So block A is accelerating down. So with respect to observer B, the pseudo force must be applied in this direction. The amount is inertia times the acceleration. That is the pseudo force.
That is the opposite is the upward. In this case, it is the upward direction.
Opposite to the actual acceleration. So it is upward, right? So pseudo force, what actually pseudo force do? Pseudo force makes the body in rest, right? So that's why, see, the MA is the net force, right? If with the respect of
Yeah.
observer A, the MA is the net force. Clear now?
Yes, sir.
For example, see here, this is a block and this block is being applied by the force F. This block is applied by the force F, and because of this force F, the block is started accelerating with the acceleration A. Right. Now, if I want to make this at rest, right, I do not know this force. I do not know how much amount of force is acting on this block. I know that how much is acceleration. Let's say the acceleration is given as 5 meter per second square, and the block has mass m, right? So the net force which is acting on this block is how much? F net is equal to mass times
M into
acceleration, right?
acceleration.
Huh?
Yes, sir.
Okay. Now I know this much. If I have to make it rest, what I will do? I will apply the net force, that is this much amount of force, in opposite direction of the net force, right? And the quantity is how much? Same, ma. Clear?
Yes,
Right.
sir.
So the net force, uh, if a body is acted by a net force and it is being accelerated, now if I have to make it rest, I will apply a force which is opposite to the net force, right? And we call this force as an inertia force, right? Which is direction opposite to the F net. Clear? Why we applied the net force? To make a body at rest. Clear now?
Yes,
Now
sir.
see here, with the respect of observer B, the body is at rest, right?
Yeah.
The net force is in the downward direction, that is ma. Mg minus normal is the net force, and which is along the which is at the downward direction, right? So what has to be done to make it rest? I have to apply a force which is opposite to the net force. So I applied the ma in a opposite direction, right? Clear now?
Yes, sir.
So in this case, when the observer B is has the when that frame, the observer where he is standing, is actually moving. That frame is actually moving. We don't call this one as inertia force. We call this one as a pseudo force. Okay. Pseudo force makes our calculation easy, right? That's why we introduced the pseudo concept. Even if the pseudo do not exist, we can solve the numerical considering the with respect of A, that is from the inertial frame. So this is the inertial frame, while the observer B is called as non-inertial frame. So that's why has been said that Newton's law is not applicable in non-inertial frame. Right? See, whenever I am applying the Newton's law in non-inertial frame, I am getting the normal is equal to mg, right? Which is wrong. Clear now?
Yes.
This is wrong. So what I need to correct it, I have applied the pseudo force. Now by applying a pseudo force, now this non-inertial, I can apply the Newton's law in a non-inertial frame. Okay. So the conclusion is what? If I do not apply pseudo force in non-inertial frame, we get a wrong result. Right? We get a wrong result. So, and we get a wrong result, hence second law is not valid for non-inertial frame. Clear? Because by applying the second law only we have get the wrong result. No? Are you getting it now?
Yes,
So
sir.
that's why I cannot apply the inertial second law in non-inertial frame, because it yields to the wrong result. Okay, so to make it so to make the use of second law, we apply pseudo force which is opposite to the direction of net force. Okay. We apply pseudo force in that non-inertial frame. Inertial frame, and then we apply second law. Okay. Yeah, one second. You just write here. If we apply, sorry, if we apply, not pseudo force, if we apply the second law, in the non-inertial frame, we get a wrong result. Right? Hence, the second law is not valid in non-inertial frame. So to make the use of second law, we apply the pseudo force opposite to the direction of net force in that non-inertial frame, and then we apply the second law. Okay. See, it is not always the thing that with the respect of non-inertial frame, the body will appear at a rest. Okay. It may sometime that, for example, when you are moving in a bus, right? You are observing some man who is still moving inside the bus. Bus is accelerating. The man is also moving. So here that man is not at rest. Clear, na?
Yes,
So you will apply the pseudo force, and after that you will apply the second law. Observe those things. Okay. So there is a problem in NCERT. You can do by your own that problem. That problem is of car. There is a one truck, and on the truck a block is kept, and block slides down. That problem. That is very good problem. Huh? Written this?
Yes, sir.
Okay. So you have written this one, now.
Yeah.
You have written this one also. Huh?
Yes, sir.
Okay. Then you have written this one also.
Yes, sir.
Okay. Now we apply the second law after applying now with respect to observer B. How can I write it? The block normal force is upward plus the also the pseudo force is upward. The mg is downward. Now with respect to B, this system appears to be at rest. So now apply the second law here. What it will become? Normal plus ma minus mg will be
mg is
equal to mass times the acceleration of the block with respect to the observer B. Okay, right now,
yes, sir.
because this is the acceleration of the block with respect to the observer B. Okay, so that acceleration is actually zero because with the respect of him it appears at rest. Okay, so finally we got normal is equal to here normal is coming to be mg minus ma. Huh?
mg minus m.
mg minus ma, and there you how you got mg plus ma. Once again, mg and normal should be mg plus ma, na?
So,
Hmm?
sir, can you go back to the first sheet?
Hmm? Oh, sorry. How it will be
We
plus?
have written
How it will be minus? No?
minus,
We have also gone
minus
wrong. Also. It will be normal go that side, then it will be mg minus ma, right?
mg minus m.
Okay. So the normal is the deflection is less than the actual. No? On the Earth surface, if that block would be kept, the deflection would be mg. Means it shows the actual weight of the block when it is kept on the Earth surface. But when it is kept in a lift, it shows the less than that. So sometimes we call this one as apparent weight. This normal is sometimes called as apparent weight. Okay, written? Written, huh?
Yes, sir.
So this one is the apparent weight. Now, if it is the apparent weight, is equal to m times g minus a. So what is the apparent mass? That it will be not actual. The mass is less than that. So you have to just divide it mg minus a by g. Okay. So it is m times 1 minus a by g. Written. Written, huh?
Yes, sir, rating. Yes, sir.
Okay. Okay. So you have also written this one, huh? The concept of inertial force. Inertia force, inertial force. Inertial. Okay. Inertial force. Okay. So here we are not calling this one as a pseudo force. We are calling it as inertial force because we are observing it from the inertial frame. Okay. So this is on the inertial frame. So this is just a concept now. This is just a concept that whenever you want to apply, you want to make a body at rest, you will apply the net force opposite to the direction. You will apply the MA opposite to the direction of net force. That's it. So this is also called as D'Alembert's principle. What is the spelling of Alembert? We just write the heading here.